here's your host, John Chapman.
What is going on, faithful? Welcome to another episode of the 49ers Rush podcast. I'm your host, as always, John Chapman, and I'm excited today. I don't know if you can check the title. We are doing a full 7-round 49ers mock draft with trades. This one took a while to put together, but man, it's so fun whenever you start getting into, those later rounds, not because, I've done the draft work on 250 plus people yet. I haven't, but my numbers aren't there yet. But you start to look at fits. You start to look at, molds of players, player style, height, weight, all that kind of stuff, zone fits, scheme fits, all those things, and it starts to piece together. And it's this is a cheesy analogy, but it's like the Matrix, man. Like, you start seeing, and you've got this list of 50 dudes, and then you're just like, oh, no. Oh, this guy, that's a fit. Oh, this position, that's a fit. So do I think that this is a mock draft that's going to actually happen? Hell no. Evan Silva, a friend of the show, he has won, I think, 2 or 3 times out of the past 4 years, and he's only gotten 11 picks right in the first round. It's rough to predict. But what we're going to do, we're going to go through now. What I used for this was first-pick.com. There's so many mock draft generators out there, and it's pretty fun bouncing around, trying them all. This was one of the original ones out there, and it's free. It's completely free. You have to register for an account if you want to do like trades and stuff, but whatever. It's really, really good because, one, they're ahead of the game. They already include the comp picks. So the 3rd round pick for Robert Saleh being hiring is included, and also the 5th round pick for Emmanuel Sanders is included as well. So you look across kind of the 49ers draft board and what that looks like in their positional value and all these things. I went through the NFC West, and I just tabulated. Each pick has a value, and there's different charts out there. The Jimmy Johnson trade pick calculator, I think, is one of the best out there. And if you just tally all of their picks and where now this is without the 3rd and 5th pick, mind you, the 49ers wind up 13th in the NFL for most draft capital in the 2021 season, which is, they're picking 12, but they've got the, some extra juice in there as well. Now, they'll jump up to 12 if you calculate the comp picks. If you stay in the NFC West, the Cardinals are at 18th with and again, let me give you these point totals real quick. 49ers are 13th in the NFL with 1,860 points, 0.5 if you want to be technical. The Cardinals are 18th with 1,642.2. So you're talking a good 220 points over the next place. But then you get down to Seattle and the Rams, they're dead last, and it's not even close. Seattle is 31st, and he gets out of 32 teams with 442 points. That's it. 442 points is their entire draft. The Rams, dead last 32, 352 points, which is equivalent to the number 55 overall pick in the draft. They have nothing. So if you think your job's meaningless, if you think that your job is just like, what am I doing here? Imagine being a draft scout for the Los Angeles Rams. You don't have anybody to do. You don't have nothing. You can't really scout anybody because you have no picks. I don't know. They're basically doing the same thing that we're doing here. Anyway, so let's jump into this. So I included trades in the 1st round. I didn't trade in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round. I kind of let that play out. And there's a lot of trades. So I jumped into this with the mindset of I want to trade up for a quarterback without overpaying like crazy. Okay. I didn't want to mortgage the future. And so here's what I was offering. I was hoping Zach Wilson would fall. Zach Wilson went number 2 and it just wasn't there. I offered to the Jets at number 2, this year's 1st rounder, next year's 1st rounder, and a 3rd round pick next year. Got rejected. I'm not willing to pay more than that. So Zach Wilson's gone. Then I waited for one of the last 2 QBs to go, Justin Fields or Trey Lance. Justin Fields goes. Then it's like, all right, let's go up, try to get Trey Lance. I offered a 1st, a 2nd, and 4th this year to jump up to pick 7, and he was gone. So yeah, I tried to jump up, but I wasn't willing to go, straight ham. Yeah, I love Zach Wilson. If we could get him for 2-1s, I would do it. I don't feel the same about Trey Lance. A first and a second, I'd probably feel comfortable with, whatever, but it didn't pan out. And this is the beauty of doing all of those mock drafts, because you kind of get to see like, dang, I wanted these guys. All right, well, let's see how it plays out. Let's see what that looks like. So all the quarterbacks are gone. We're sitting at number 12. I don't want to trade up at that point. If those QBs are gone, I want to chill, okay? So I just sit back and relax, and we come up on the clock at pick 12, and there is a plethora, I love that word, three amigos, of talent there. I really liked what was there. People that were still available on the clock. And again, any mock draft that you do, you can say, oh, well, that person's not going to be there. Well, that person's not going to be there. Well, that's why you do more than one mock draft. You start to see, man, every now and then this guy falls. Nobody expected Aaron Rodgers to fall as far as he did. Nobody expected, you can go on and on and on. There's so many players that you don't expect to fall, and it happens every single year. So Caleb Fairley, who I love, he's my number 1 corner. J.C. Horn, who I really, really like. Kwity Paye, Edge Osai, which I see a question about him. Joseph Osai from Texas, Niner Drag. Your opinion on Joseph Osai from Texas opposite Bosa? I really like him, and Kyle Pitts was available. So back to Osai. He fits what the 49ers love. He could play edge. He could play 5 technique, 3 technique. You could put him in over the, he fits that kind of Eric Armstead, DeForest Buckner kind of whatever mindset. Now, does he have the height and all those things that they have? Hell no, that he doesn't. He's not even close in that facet. But what he does, he's 6'3", 245. He's just a multiple guy. You could put him in a 3-4, and he could be a stand-up edge guy. Like, this guy is just all over the place. I am a Longhorn. I've watched this kid play for years. He is the heart and soul of that defense, which Texas has been through a lot of adversity. He's been there through it all, and he is the best player on the field no matter who they're playing against. He's incredible. Some teams will stay away from him because, again, he's 6'3", 245. Some people are going to have a problem with that. I've seen some people have Osai as top 15 pick. I've had Pro Football Focus, for example, has a 4th round or 3rd round grade on him. I have a 1st round grade on him. I like him. I'm not in love with him. If the 49ers got him in the 1st round, I would be stoked because, again, as a Longhorn, but I think 12's too rich. I really, really do. So I'm not taking him there. Now, if I was going edge there is a player I love. I just finished this breakdown, so I'm going to share just a real quick clip, and this is of Kwity Paye, defensive end from Michigan, and golly, he is fun as hell to watch. So here's a quick video clip, of Kwity Paye at Michigan, and this is a fun clip because this is a 2019 film. He's going against somebody playing this weekend, Tristan Wirfs. So this is Michigan versus Iowa, and man, you want to look at how somebody will translate at the next level? Man, why not put them up against a 1st-round offensive tackle that's doing it very, very well in the NFL? So here we go. Defensive end, Kwity Paye from Michigan against Tristan Wirfs. Come on, go. Man, look at the motor. Look at the freaking motor. You put this kid on a good secondary team, he's going to feast. It's not even like 1st and 2nd pass rush moves. This is just motor backyard football. It's stalemated. Just turn and run. God, look at him close that space. Whew. I like me some Kwity Paye, guys. I really, really do. Unfortunately, I got to stop this breakdown. I get too close to class. But I freaking love this kid, Kwity Paye. If he's there at 12, I'd be very, very happy. Obviously, quarterback is such a big need. But edge defender, you can't. Man, look at him. Just the closing speed he gets in on there. I really like this kid. And that's Kwity Paye. You want somebody that's all-out motor all the time? Like we just got through seeing Kerry Hyder, right? Kerry Hyder's incredible. A big reason why he was able to get 8.5 sacks this year, a lot of them were cleanup sacks because he just never stops. Kwity Paye has that in spades. Ceiling twitch, 6'4", 277. This kid is incredible. His story is incredible. Born in an African refugee camp and came to the United States as a kid. And he's incredible. All about family, all about football. This kid has it all. I really, really do like him. I think he's going to be pretty close to my top 10. I just think he's going to be kind of in that 9 to 12 area. Now, edge rushers usually get pushed up. And so I like Kwity Paye, but guess what, guys? I didn't take him. I backed up. I said, you know what? What trade offers are out there? And I went with an unlikely foe to trade. But hey, it happens. The Raiders. The Raiders came on the board, and they offered their first and second round pick. Okay, so the Raiders are picking at number 17. So you're dropping back 5 spots. Usually I don't want to do that. But again, Caleb Farley, J.C. Horn, Kwity Paye, Osai, Kyle Pitts. Even though the quarterbacks are gone, I love those guys, and that's going to give me the range to jump up later if I want to. So I take the trade. 49ers fall back. We give up number 12 for the Raiders. Raiders jump up to 12 and take Micah Parsons. Whatever. They have a huge need at linebacker, whatever. We fall back 5 spots. Now, I'm watching, and again, because there's 5 guys I like, we fall those 5 spots. A lot of the guys were gone. Kwity Paye got picked. Kyle Pitts got picked, and Osai got picked. Oh, sorry, not Osai. Caleb Farley did. So the 2 guys that were left at 17 were J.C. Horn and Osai. And I said, you know what? I like where I'm at. I like this. We're getting a corner need. And again, probably should have expressed this at the start. Sorry. I'm operating this mock draft under the assumption we re-sign Trent Williams and Jason Verrett. So that's my assumption. If we do not sign Trent Williams, you're going tackle in the first round, period. That's all there is to it. But if you re-sign Trent Williams, which I think the 49ers will, then I'm okay. Definitely get a tackle later in the draft if you can, but I don't think it's the most promising need. I know Mike McGlinchey haters, whatever else. So I get J.C. Horn, and I really like him. Now, another thing that's important, and I'm going to show you a quick clip of J.C. Horn that I haven't shown you guys before. As always, on Patreon, man, that's kind of the bread and butter of the podcast. You want to support us, that's the place to do it, patreon.com. You can cancel anytime. Sign up, give it a shot. It's $8. And you can see the 300-plus film breakdowns I have. Just sign up, you look through them. I don't like it, cancel, boom, you're done. Anytime. This is a way to support the podcast. That's kind of the whole idea behind it. And listeners asked for a new feature. We're going to be doing a monthly Zoom, hang out, drink some beer, whiskey, whatever it is, sit around, talk football, and just have like a 1-month hangout for our Patreon club. Now, that's the top tier, so if you want to participate in that, again, all the money there goes straight to the podcast and allows me to spend more time so my wife doesn't hate me doing 49ers Rush stuff. So here we go. Here's a quick clip of J.C. Horn and just one of the many things that he does so well. His top-end speed is legit. No, I don't think that's him. I think he's down here. Yeah, he's down here. Oh, just ran a crossing route. Oh, he had it covered. That is one of the toughest routes to guard. The dig, the drag across in man coverage. You've got everything all by yourself. You have no help. He got there, man. Look at his speed to recover and get in phase here. It's pretty solid. Because he gives up a little separation early. Okay? So right here, you've got to turn and you've got to run to a space. You got to turn and go. And he recovers well. Cuts underneath, trying to bait the quarterback. Now the ball's going to come underneath. Not to him. Not to his guy. That damn tight end again. Yep, sure is, man. A tight end. 2 touchdowns when he's not guarding them. But watch this closing speed. This is a good damn play right here. This might be one of the best things that you've seen from him today in this film. I mean, you could see he's behind. This wide receiver is open currently. But watch him turn on the jets and get to that upfield shoulder. I mean, look at that. You throw that, that's an interception. He got there. This is a hell of a play. Now the tight end underneath. 24 peeking in the backfield. Yeah, I like this kid, man. J.C. Horn out of South Carolina. 49ers have so much tie to these guys. I think it's important. Now, if you look at a couple of things that he does better than anybody else. One, when he's in phase, he's dangerous. That dude gets his eyes back to the quarterback every time he's trying to get his hands on the football. Also, the absorber. He plays with his body so well. The son of, Joe Horn, NFL Pro Bowl wide receiver. This guy has it. I love this kid. You're going to see a lot of, I would be very, very happy to get him at 12, but we fell back all the way to 17, It's still got our guy. That's what I'm talking about, baby. So 49ers dropped back. We picked up an extra second rounder. We got J.C. Horn. So now our starting cornerbacks are going to be Jason Verrett, J.C. Horn. We're feeling pretty good about this. We're feeling needs. 49ers draft for needs. We all understand that. And so I fully expect things like this to happen. Now, as it keeps going, we drop down the draft a little bit. I start getting a little nervous because a lot of the guys that I want in the second round are going. We didn't get one of the top 4 quarterbacks. And I start saying, man, what will it cost to jump up? So I just start putting fillers out there because Mac Jones is sitting there. And so what I keep offering our second round pick that we got from the Raiders, which is number 43. And I'm offering too our Salah pick, the comp pick. It's going to be around pick 100 for Robert Saleh being hired away for minority. So I'm offering, again, things that we didn't even need. The second round pick, which we got for trading back. The Salah pick, which we got because we lost our DC. And pick number 173. And so I just keep offering these things, offering them. Nobody's taking it. I started offering at pick 26. Nobody took it at 26, not 27, not 28. I'm just like, dang, nobody's going to get it. And finally, I get a deal at pick 32, whether that's the Chiefs. I had the Chiefs at the 32 spot. You can say the Bucks, whatever. It doesn't matter. I finally get a trade. So the 49ers jump back up the last pick in the first round, which is key because now you get that 5th round option. And so I felt pretty good about this. So we got J.C. Horn at 17. We jumped back up the last pick in the first round, and again, we gave up the Raiders' second pick that we got, the 3rd for Salah, and then a 6th. We're doing just fine. And we finally get quarterback Mac Jones. Now, is he who I want? No, he's not. It didn't work out in the draft with the top 4 guys, but Mac Jones is not a bad consolation prize if we fall back. I do think that Mac Jones will be going in the first round. There's way too many quarterback-needy teams. Jimmy G would be our starter. Mac Jones would be there if Jimmy gets hurt or doesn't perform well. I think that this is one of the better ways to go. It's not the best way. It's not what I wanted, but I'll take it. And Mac Jones will be perfect to step in, learn. He's going to operate well. One of the things that I think he does better than others is against the blitz and getting the ball to playmakers. That's who he is to a T. So here's a clip. This will be our last football clip today. I don't have clips of the second, 3rd, 4th rounders, whatever else. This is Mac Jones, quarterback Alabama, and one of the things that he does well, attacking the blitz. Oh, let's see what he does with the safety coming down. Look at him, replaces it. Man, he is so good versus the blitz. Recognizes it. He's going to scream. Look where he's going to go. He's going to wait for number 2 to clear out, and then boom, right where that safety should have been, you got one-on-one coverage. Whew, that is a good play. Whenever you're watching these quarterbacks, you're thinking, what is it that he can do that other people can't in this draft? What is it that makes him better? First off, you like the arm motion. Elbow's a little low. Not too bad. He's got a decent release. But, man, if there's anything, you're circling that big old noggin because what he's got between his ears, that's going to give him the opportunity to win a lot of games at the next level. Now, and that's everything with Mac Jones. Efficiency. He doesn't have any negative plays. He doesn't take sacks. He doesn't throw interceptions. No, that's just not who he is. He gets the ball out. Now, is he as dynamic an athlete as the other guys? Hell no, he's not. Not even mentioned in the realm. But Kyle Shanahan does like those quarterbacks to sit in the pocket. I know we all wish he didn't, but that's just kind of who he is. This is a consolation prize. And again, if you maneuver around the draft board, you don't have to sacrifice very much to get him. So you get out of the first round with 2 picks again. That's what the 49ers always do. J.C. Horn, cornerback, and Mac Jones, quarterback. I like it. So I'm sitting around. We're going in the second round now, baby. We're moving. And one of my favorite players in this entire damn draft. That's such a draft crash on this guy. Again, I'm a Longhorn. I don't know why I like OU players. I'm trying to jump up. We're at pick 48. I'm trying to jump up to get interior offensive lineman Creed Humphrey because the 49ers need help on the offensive line. A question this week from Mike B said, man, go over the offensive line. What's the problem there? Is it bad QB play? Yeah, it is. A mobile quarterback does make the O-line play better. There's no doubt about that. But our O-line needs help. And it's not just Mike McGlinchey. The problem with Mike McGlinchey is he's one of the best run blockers in the entire NFL. Kyle Shanahan's not getting rid of him. He even joked about it. He's not going anywhere. The problem is that center and right guard combination. Daniel Brunskill's good. He's an average starter at either position, not elite at either one of them. McKivitz showed some flashes, but you don't want to bank on that. So I trade up. I get aggressive. I'm not sitting still. And I don't think John Lynch is either. John Lynch did not make one original pick last year's draft. Not one. Every single pick was moved. Traded for a player or moved up and down. Every single pick was moved. It's just what it is. So I eventually find a taker. The 49ers are picking 48. I give up the 48th pick and the number 156 pick. Now, again, these numbers might be off based on what you're looking at because this site uses the compensation pick, so the numbers are going to be off after the third round. But anyway, number 48, 156 to jump up to 40, moved up 8 spots, and got my boy, Creed Humphrey. Woo! Perfect fit in Kyle Shanahan's system. 4-year starter at Oklahoma at center. He's a plug-and-play center day one, and if interior offensive lineman went in the first round, doesn't happen often, Creed Humphrey would qualify. If somebody drafted him in the first round, not a bad pick. It's not. This would fill an immediate need, and you would upgrade your offensive line. Very similar to the question that Mike B just asked. This would solidify and take some of the pressure off your quarterback from getting hit all the damn time. Again, you'd slide Brunskill over to guard, and you'd have Brunskill and McKivitz competing, with Brunskill being your utility play for the interior offensive line. I love all those things. All those are good things. So through 3 picks, we're all right. We've got some players. We got J.C. Horn, we got Mac Jones, and we got Creed Humphrey. We are plugging huge needs. Now, the problem is you got to wait a little while. Next pick is not until the 4th round. And before we get to the 4th round, I do got to say just thank you to our sponsor, Magic Spoon, baby. Here we go. Whenever I was a kid, one of my favorite things to do was to go to the grocery store with my mom. She would finally turn us loose, me and my brothers and sisters, on the cereal aisle, and we could all pick one for ourselves. It was incredible. It was like Christmas, but shopping. And as kids, you always went after the most sugar-laden, unhealthy cereal imaginable to mankind. But we all grow up. Cereal is still a major part of my life. I love cereal very, very much. But now there's a product that gives you that same incredible great taste that you grew up loving, but that's healthy. Listen to these numbers. And again, keep in mind that these numbers go with great taste. 0 grams of sugar, 11 grams of protein. You can't find another cereal that does that. Only 3 net grams of carbs. And they have 4 amazing flavors. This is MagicSpoon.com I'm talking about. I love this product. I love this company. They have cocoa, fruity, frosted, and blueberry. Tastes amazing. But above that, it's healthy for the whole family. My wife, my 12-year-old, my 17-year-old, myself, we've all tried this product, and they all love it. We all have different favorites. This is one of the ways that you increase healthy living to your family lifestyle without sacrificing flavor. Whenever you hear these words, which all these are true for Magic Spoon, keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, low-carb, GMO-free, you think, yeah, it's probably going to be pretty gross. Well, get this. This company, big reason why I agreed to allow them to sponsor our podcast. I don't work with any company. 100% happiness guarantee. You try their product, you don't like it, 100% refund, no questions asked. What do you have to lose? And if you use our promo code 49ERS, you get free shipping straight to your door. You don't even have to go to the grocery store. The cereal comes to you, baby. So head to magicspoon.com/49ers and make sure you use the promo code 49ers whenever you check out for free shipping. That's magicspoon.com/49ers. Thank you for sponsoring this project. What are you doing? Go get some cereal for you and your family. Trust me, you will thank me later. All right, quick question from Drew. He says, John, would you consider drafting Landon Dickerson in the later rounds? He could make the O-line dominant. We need presence since Staley retired. Landon, he's got a lot of buzz. And let me say this. Interior offensive lineman from Alabama, redshirt senior, 6'6", 326. I like Landon. And I think that he's going to probably go in the 2nd round, early 3rd. The problem is he doesn't fit the zone scheme particularly well. He could play the zone scheme, not saying he couldn't, but he is best suited. You know, you watch his film, he's a phone booth guy. Very great in pass protection. Can kind of play all of the offensive line positions, but you don't want him pulling and running 50 yards downfield. So where he succeeds, now if you could combine, this kid, Dickerson, and you put him together with McGlinchey and make one person, it would be ideal. Because where Dickerson excels is pass protection, which is great. But where does Shanahan value in offensive linemen? The running game, the zone running game. That's his bread and butter. Unfortunately, that's where it is. So I don't think Dickerson's really going to be a guy that the 49ers target. Watch me, miss out on that. But, Creed Humphrey fits it to a T. But again, he's an interior guy only. Now, we jump forward. We traded away our third-round comp pick to move up. And again, Mac Jones, I get it. Is anybody pumped we're getting Mac Jones? No. That's not what it is. I see the question here, Tyson. Would you compare Mac Jones to a modern-day Peyton Manning? Absolutely not. That is the best question ever. That's hilarious. I'm chuckling a little bit like the doctor from The Simpsons. All right, fourth round. We've still got some needs. I wouldn't be shocked if the 49ers went edge first or second round. It didn't fall that way. You get up to pick 117. There are some key edge players that are sitting there staring you in the face. Now, this is a very, very weak edge class. Make no mistake about that. But there are some role player, situational players in this draft that fit. What the 49ers need is a speed edge guy. We have our edge players. There's no doubt about that. But D Ford's not walking anywhere. He's never going to play again. D Ford's done. We've got to replace him. Now, are you going to get a starter in the fourth round? No. But you could get somebody that could come in and do that speed rush role. And so I found at pick number 117 in the fourth round out of Penn State. He's part of the all-name team, baby. Edge, Shaka Tooney. Like this kid a lot. 6'3", 238. He wouldn't be a starter probably at any point in his career. But this is a guy, if it's third and long, if it's second and long, if it's 2-minute drill, he's going to be out there. Absolute speed rusher, just a pass rush specialist and a perfect fit in a wide 9 scheme. He's got 20 career sacks to his name. You're in the fourth round. So you can still find some talent. I don't think he's ever going to be a 3-down player, but it doesn't matter. The 49ers have one of the best rotational pass rushers, like the whole team. They move everybody. So you don't have to have that. So we get an edge player, Edge Shaka Tooney. I like that name. Moving on to the fifth round. This is our Sanders comp pick. So all the way at the end of the fifth round, going to be around pick 180. We go, why not? We got to get a wide receiver at some point. You're looking at the board, trying to find these guys, who's there, who's not there. And sure enough, stay with a team that you know and you can trust. Go back to the well. Arizona State. This guy was a beast at the Senior Bowl. Wide receiver Frank Darby. You've got all the connections. Obviously, Herm Edwards is the coach down there. Best friends with John Lynch. This kid's fun. 6 foot, 194. Now, he's not in the mold of N'Keal Harry. He's not in the mold, really, of, who we just got, Brandon Ayuk. He's a quick and aggressive guy. He could compete for that number 3 spot day one. I really like him. This is wide receiver Frank Darby out of Arizona State. Moving on, we got a couple more picks in the 6th round. We go pick up another corner. We need cornerback depth. We go BYU. Why not? Let's go. There is something that this front office is very, very important, and that is programs and players that they can trust. If they can't trust you, they're going to stay away, and that's one of my kind of hiccups with Alabama. We've been burned by them before, and John Lynch and Shanahan have been very adamant. We're going to go with guys we trust. So if there's an evaluation that just blows them away from a program like Alabama, which has so much talent, but it's not exactly the best relationships between Saban and Shanahan. If there's somebody there, they'll take them. No doubt about that. But here in the 6th round, we've got BYU corner Chris Wilcox, 6'2", 197. The perfect build for the corner that we're looking for. Very, very physical for a cornerback in the 6th round. Now you're just trying to get guys who you think can adapt and fill a depth position and eventually fight for starters. This roster We're not, again, Kyle Shanahan said this so many times. You know, a big reason why they claimed they picked the punter, Mitch Wisnowski, in the 4th round. We looked at the board and we didn't see anybody that was going to start or make our roster. So we said, why not go get a punter? He's not going to be there next round. Mitch Wisnowski hasn't been very good. He's been average, but not 4th round punter good. But the mindset is what's important that carries over. So they go get Chris Wilcox, 6'2", 197, just adding to that corner room because, man, there's a lot of guys leaving. Now, real quick, here we go. We got 2 picks left at pick number 229 in the 7th round. And I love 7th round draft picks, man. This is where you start to target kind of guys the 49ers might not draft, but the 49ers are the best team in the entire NFL. If you could choose to be an undrafted free agent anywhere, it's the freaking San Francisco 49ers. We move everybody up. Daniel Brunskill, Ross Dwelley. There's so many, Emmanuel Mosley. So many guys that get the opportunity because they get pieces that fit. And again, if you're fit in Kyle Shanahan's system, you're going to get a spot. So I don't think the 49ers will draft a running back, but there is a need there. I think the running back situation currently obviously is pretty good. You have Raheem Mostert, 1. You've got Jeff Wilson Jr., 2. JaMychal Hasty's going to be coming back as that kind of 3 spot. You're going to have to fill up again. You're bringing in 2 to 3 undrafted free agents at running back every year. You've had a lot of success. You know, the 2 guys we brought in last year, JaMychal Hasty obviously was huge before he got hurt. And then Salvin Ahmad, who had fumbling issues. One day they cut him loose, and now he's, fighting for a starting running back spot out in Miami. So we land these guys. I love this kid. Out of Virginia Tech running back at pick number 229, Khalil Herbert. Virginia Tech, 5'9", 204. Exactly what Kyle Shanahan wants in a running back. Top end speed check, 1-cut runner. Already had experience in the zone system. You watch him. He widens the play, plants that outside foot, gets upfield, means business. Runs angry between the tackle, little upset bowling ball. It's the mentality, the perfect fit that Kyle Shanahan always wants. Now we've got one more pick left, and then we're going to go over everything and get to some questions. But before we do that, real quick word from our sponsor, MyBookie. Super Bowl week, baby. Look, it's Brady and Mahomes going head-to-head in the big game, and everybody's talking about who's going to win. Now, whether you're going for the Chiefs or Bucks, I don't like either one of them. But who you bet with or who you bet on is just as important as who you bet with. And that's why I always tell my friends to go to MyBookie. Now, at mybookie.ag, they have all the props for the big game. You always hear about these Super Bowl props. What are they? But you could bet on the color of Gatorade. You could bet on how long the national anthem is. You could bet on if a scoring drive is shorter than the national anthem and vice versa. They have everything, including all the prop bets for the game itself, things like MVP, first touchdown score, and more. They got everything. So the best news about this is you could bet from the comfort of your home, on your phone, anytime that you want to bet. So head over to mybookie.ag. They've got squares on the game. They have everything. So whatever it is that you usually do for your kind of Super Bowl party or whatever, it's a weird time. It's a weird time of year with COVID and all those things. You can do all that with mybookie.ag. So don't miss out on the last game of the year. Sign up at mybookie.ag today. Use promo code 49ers, 49ERS, to have your deposit matched halfway all the way up to $1,000. That's free cash bonus just for making your deposit. Use promo code 49ERS at mybookie.ag. Bet, win, and get paid only at MyBookie. All right. With the last pick of this 40, we're going to summarize it so that if you came in late, that's okay. You'll be able to catch up. At pick number 239, the 49ers just go for a depth piece. Safety, Jacoby Stevens outside from LSU. He's a 6'1", 216. And here's the thing about what the 49ers do. It's our draft button, like take a shot word, versatility. The 49ers love that. Guys that can play either safety position, perhaps linebacker, whatever else. Again, just getting more depth in that safety position. I don't think Jaquiski Tartt's going to be back. You're going to have to replace him with somebody, even if it's just a depth piece. But I really do like this kid. I think that he's going to have a niche in the NFL. He's going to fall because his metrics might not be as high as a lot of the other guys. But again, LSU secondary players, they're coached as well as anybody in the entire country. I like this kid. So, real quick rundown. We had 2 trades in the first round. We traded back from 12. All the quarterbacks went at 7. I tried. I couldn't do it. Ended up getting J.C. Horn, cornerback, at number 17. Then we traded back up at the end of the first round to get Mac Jones, and that's important because you get that 5th-year deal on him, quarterback Mac Jones. Then we traded up just a couple spots in the second round to get a guy I covet, interior offensive lineman from Oklahoma, Creed Humphrey. Then we drop down to the 4th round. We get an situational edge guy, Shaka Tooney from Penn State. 5th round, we get wide receiver Frank Darby out of Arizona State. Really like that kid. I think he's going to go higher than the 5th round, though. But very deep wide receiver class. Very deep wide receiver class. 6th round, we get cornerback. Adding depth, we're going to need multiple corners in this draft. BYU Chris Wilcox, like him. Running back Khalil Herbert from Virginia Tech in the 7th round. Perfect Shanahan fit. He's going to be a fun guy. Austin Walter, I do see in the chat. Yes, he will be brought back. He will be one of those guys. But again, Austin Walter's good. I like him. I'm not knocking him. His ceiling is very low. He's going to be a special teams number 5 running back for kind of his entire career. You look at somebody like Herbert. Herbert could be a guy. His ceiling's just higher. I like Walter. He's going to stick around. No doubt about that. But again, ceiling, I think, is important. And the last pick, safety, Jacoby Stevens from LSU. So that gives us a quarterback, 2 cornerbacks, 1 interior offensive lineman, 1 edge, 1 wide receiver, 1 running back, and 1 safety. I like the way that this is panned out. I really do like this draft. Would I have preferred to get a quarterback? Yeah, you bet your rear end I would. I think you all would as well. You kind of look at all these things that are out there, and man, I see it in the comments. My voice is losing. I've been teaching too much today. But here's the issue. Here's the comment here, and I love this from Alex. It's a non-starter. If you fail to secure one of the top 4 quarterbacks, you've got to do whatever you can to get up there. And I like that attitude. But there's about 15 quarterback-needy teams, and they pick ahead of us. We're at 12, and other teams are going to be trying to trade. I don't think the 49ers need to mortgage everything. I'm putting together a little piece now where I'm just going back through the past 10 years of NFL drafts, trying to calculate all of these NFL draft day trades. And the one that stands out to me is the Josh Allen trade. You had the Bills were sitting at number 12. Okay, they jumped up to number 7. What did that cost? They gave up the number 12 pick, and they had 2 first-round picks that year. So they gave up number 12, number 53, and number 56 to jump up 5 spots. Well, we don't have that draft capital, so we can't do that. We would have to do something. So if you look just at the calculations, going by that same trade, to go from 12 to 7, this year's first, this year's second, next year's first. That's what it would cost for Trey Lance. Maybe. That's at pick 7. He might not even last that long. And the team you're trying to get him from, you look at this, like who your trade partners are, you can't trade teams that need a quarterback. So you can't trade Detroit Lions. They need a quarterback. Yeah, they got Goff, but still they need a quarterback. You can't trade the Carolina Panthers. They are one of the most aggressive in getting Matt Stafford. So you got to go above them. Philadelphia at 6, that might fit. They don't need a quarterback. They got 2, and neither one of them are particularly great. So, that 6 spot, you could trade up. That 3 spot, you could trade up. But again, you're mortgaging everything at that point, and it's just way too much. There's a lot of talent there. We've got a lot of time before the draft. We're going to keep doing these just to get different viewpoints of how it could shake out. But if this happened, I got to tell you guys, I'm walking away from this draft saying, hell yeah, we crushed it. We got multiple starters, and we got a quarterback that's going to develop that has a very high ceiling. And he's got a high floor. Do I think that he could be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL? I don't think that. I don't think that. There's a reason why he's not mentioned with the other ones. Now, will he go in the first round? Yeah, he is. And when that bet comes out, I'm taking that bet. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. That was a full 7-round mock. That was a lot of fun. And we will be back with you guys later this week before the Super Bowl. We'll have one more. We're going to do a betting special. But until then, just want to say thank you to everybody. And as always, stay strong, faithful.